Hey everyone, Scott with Air Gunner Review. So I'm outside right now, I'm walking to my van. I got something that I want to show you really quickly. Something from Cody made me from Pneumatic Fanatic. And I think you're going to like this. Alright, here we go. And there she is. Look at that baby. Alright, so what is this? This used to be my Defender, and this can be either this right is the Defender 1.0, but it also can be the Defender 2.0, and this is the less lethal version of that. I'm going to explain why this is a little bit more friendlier than the original. So this little guy fills a need that you don't see. For one thing is, if you work all day, I live in upstate New York. The temperature right now, it's in the middle of the day, it's 54 degrees. Nighttime's coming, it's going to be down to like 34 degrees tonight, and it's only going to get colder during the day. What happens to CO2? I've got all kinds of CO2 powered guns. You know, I got my FSC, great gun, a lot of power to it. I've got the HDR 50, all modded, great gun. HDP 50 works great. I have my Byrna, which I like that also. But all these CO2 is great, but you can't, what are you going to do with it? You know, you work all day, you want to run into the store, you've got to do some shopping, you're meeting people out, and you have a cold Byrna or anything that's CO2 powered, it's not going to help you. Now, with the AEA Defender, what used to be the AEA Defender, of course, it has the 2 air cartridges, and I've tested this in like 30-degree weather, and I lost about 20 feet per second. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But the other part of this that I want you to realize is how small it is. This is even smaller than the first time I introduced it. This is much thinner than it used to be. So this right here is by far much thinner. Now this is a less lethal version, and I prefer a less lethal version. I had Cody make me this for the purpose of this is that you are not going to get into the trouble you would be if you have a something that's shooting a 9mm slug. You shoot somebody with this, you're going to be looking at, if you get charged, you're going to be looking at an assault, but you're not looking at an assault with a deadly weapon, and that's how I look at it. Another thing, living in New York State and probably California and around there, less lethal is going to be a little bit more friendlier to the law. Back to our story here. Okay, so Cody has come out with this, which is even smaller than his first version of the less lethal. And I'm going to show you the difference. You can see how nice and thick that is, and look at how thin that one is. This is super thin. And what I like about this is that you can actually put this in your pocket. And there goes my gun. Oops. Okay. All right. So you can actually put this, and luckily it wasn't loaded. Anyway, you can put this right in your pocket. You're running into the store. You can put it in your pants pocket. So this is small enough that I can just slip this right in my jean pocket right here. And it fits all the way down in there. I can still bend at the knee, and getting it out is no problem. In my jacket, it may be a little easier to get out, but look at how nice and thin that is. This has integrated barrels in here. and they're barrel matched to the Grimberg jewels. These will either take the shape ones or the round projectiles. If you can still get the shape ones, I recommend them because they fit in there. It's not even about the fit. They kind of seal a little bit better because they're not round. And I'll show you that really quickly. And as for power, you're getting about 30 joules, and I am only using the 1.0 air cartridges. So if you're using the 2.0, you can get by far much more power out of it. My barrel receiver happens to be 4 inches. You can get the 6, 8, whatever you want. You can have the original 2.0 barrel if you want some that big. I was looking for something that is concealable, that I can just throw in my pocket, and this fits the bill for that. And all you have to do is you throw these guys right into the barrels like that, 1 and 2. You take your cylinder cartridges, you slide them in. They fit nice and snug in here like that. You hear them snap in, close it up, you're ready to go. As for reliability, which has always been one of the factors with the AEA Defenders, now there's something that, and so you can just pull these right out with your fingers, and that's really cool. Now we have something that we didn't have when we originally were using the AEA Defender, and this comes from Texoma pellets. I believe they are Texoma pellets. And this, you can fill up both of these at one time, and it's either 1.0 or 2.0. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to shoot them and refill them. You can just recharge these, and that's what I do with mine. I know how long each one of these will work. I've tested them, and that's what you want to do. You want to make sure you test them for reliability, and don't let them go too long without refilling them. I know I am safe with, I have 6 of these cartridges. They'll all hold way over a week's worth of time, usually 2 to 3 weeks. I haven't had a dud, but still, every Monday before I leave the house, I fill them up. Every Friday before the weekend comes, I fill them back up. So all I'm doing is recharging them. I stick them on my air compressor. It takes a couple minutes. You know, you remove them, and you slip them back into your Defender, or whatever you want to call this now. Might even be called the Equalizer. Anyhow, that's how that works. Very thin, very tiny. 30 joules out of it. That's consistently 30. With the shape ones, I get a little less power using the round ones, I think, because more air escapes. But you're looking at 28 or 29 joules. Now, is that enough? You never know these days. Not an end all for everything, and I don't think less lethal is meant to be for that. You know, you're gonna have to pick and choose your battles, and you know, whether you are carrying a real firearm or if you're carrying a less lethal, they both are going to have consequences. You know, you're going to have less consequences with this. However, you might be underpowered. That's the chances you're going to have to take. There is no easy answer on that. I wish it was like Star Trek, where, you know, you can put your phaser on stun, or you can, you know, put your phaser on kill. But that's not how it works. Boy, I want to show you this video. You've probably seen it, where this YouTuber Tanner Cook got shot at the mall.
What's that? No. The only reason why not stop. Stop.
All right, so there you go. It was one quick shot, and, you know, obviously that YouTuber was down. That would be very, very practical type of self-defense with using something like that. That's what I envision using a launcher like this for. And not in, I don't believe the guy should have gotten shot with a real gun, although he did get off. He wouldn't have gotten off in New York State, I'm pretty sure. We have a, you have to retreat. If you don't feel comfortable with doing it yourself, when you contact Cody, perhaps, and I know he's done it in the past for people, depending on how busy he is, he would probably take it all apart for you, put it into the new gun if you don't feel comfortable with it, and get you all set up. Less lethal, I think, is going to keep you in less trouble as far as that. To me, this is just a 2-shot. Get out. That's what I'd use for this. Anyway, hey, just thought I'd bring that to you. And again, look at the difference. I mean, he made this thing so much thinner here. I mean, so Cody's doing great things. Hey, take care. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.